Taps is the beautiful and somber 24-note composition that is recognized anywhere in the world. This bugle call marks the end of someone who served their country proudly. And although taps is the most recognized bugle call in all the world, it didn't start off that way. One night of July of 1862 would change everything. And I challenge anyone who has heard these somber notes not to become overwhelmed with emotion or think about the sacrifice and dedication of our military. This heartfelt ensemble speaks volumes of that commitment and the loss we feel without uttering a single word. But with this great moment in history comes great controversy, and Taps is riddled with controversy. The lore has taken many forms and stories that vary greatly, including the tall tale of the bugle call being discovered in the pocket of a dead Confederate soldier. Simply isn't true. Truth is, it took place in the Army of the Potomac at Harrison's Landing, Virginia in July of 1862. And how do I know these things? I was there. I will do my best to tell you the particulars of this bloody battle. But while some of my memories are very clear, others are forever blocked. The 7 days battle took place along the Virginia Peninsula from June 25th to July 1st, 1862. This campaign was an aggressive attempt by the Union Army to end the war early by attacking the Confederates in their own backyard. At one point during the battle, we would get so close that we were within arm's reach of seizing Richmond. We also advanced so far that Jefferson Davis himself witnessed part of the carnage. We were knocking on the front door of the Confederate capital, but for the moment, we would fail to capture it. The Southern Army had General Robert E. Lee, their advantage. The Union Army had General George McClellan, their advantage. See, the Union was at a disadvantage in that we had a general who did not like to fight, get his hands dirty, and this far away from home had to rely on supply trains to feed his army. General McClellan needed 600 tons of food a day to feed his army of over 100,000 soldiers. Lee knew this. Lee knew he would do whatever it takes to guard that train successfully. But in order to guard the train successfully, McClellan had to divide his forces, cut them in half, and guard the train on both sides of the river. Lee would use this against us. He would attack our divided forces, pushing us back, giving us 7 days of pure hell, until eventually we withdrew, resulting in a Confederate victory. But Lee took risks. McClellan did not, and Lincoln was tired of it. The president came to see us in Virginia so he could inspire us face to face and also help take General McClellan in the right direction. Lincoln told McClellan to pursue Lee now while the fight is still fresh, stay on him while he's still licking his wounds, and we can win. McClellan refused. The two bickered constantly, and Lincoln relieved the general of command in the fall. Well, let's backtrack for a moment. Think about this. President Abraham Lincoln, the President of the United States, comes to see us in Virginia, enemy territory, Confederate territory, with no regard for his own life. What president does this? He came to see us. He came to see us just to inspire us face to face. And inspire us he did. But what an incredible risk. What an incredible man. Meeting him would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity which I would never forget. It was the best month and worst month of my entire life. Friends, at the 7 days battle, we had 35,000 casualties. 35,000, think about that. That's 5,000 people a day for a week. At the end of such a devastating battle, a general named Butterfield, who was a bugler, got together with another bugler who was a private, I believe his name was Norton, and they gathered together an old bugle call, which they formed into a new call, where they lengthened some notes and shortened others, and came up with what we now know as taps. Extinguished lights, which was the normal end of lights, end of day call. Butterfield thought was too informal. He wanted something somber. He wanted something memorable. He wanted something to honor both sides, Confederate and Union. So he soon came up with what we now know as taps. See, the old call was a Dutch call, called extinguish lights or lights out. And at the end of the day, the call was supposed to give you time to finish your things in camp and also turn off your beer taps. That's where taps came from, as in turn off your taps. Taps is now known throughout the world. It is the single most recognized bugle call on the planet. It is used in every American military funeral. And it's important to realize this: after taps was sounded that first night, buglers all over wanted copies of it, and they furnished it to them, including the Confederacy. This is a rumor, not sure if this happened, but it's rumored that taps was played at the funeral of General Stonewall Jackson. I'm not a Confederate. I don't choose to walk in the South freely, so I wasn't there. But what a story that would make. The point is this: under the same sky, that call of taps, that somber recognition, left no dry eye in the house. Americans, both Confederate and Northern, would play that song to remember and to honor those who died in battle.